Hello and welcome to Austin, Texas. And today we've got a very special deal for you. It is the KickingWorld National Showcase. Some of the top high school kickers in the country have assembled here in Austin, Texas for a friendly competition. And we are going to see some great punting, kickoffs, and placement kicks here today. And we hope that you stay with us for a very, very exciting competition. My name is... Coach Brent, can you explain the format that we'll see here today?
Yes, sir. So yesterday was the charting. They all got the same amount of kicks. Today is eliminations. And in short, what that means is we'll have a certain criteria for kickoffs and for punts where they have to hit X distance and X hang time, and they get 2 attempts to do it. So if they get it on the first crack, they're going to save their leg. They won't waste the kick on the second attempt. But if they don't get it on the first try, they'll do a second one. If they don't make it, then they're out. What we'll try to do is whittle it down towards the end. Now we do have the underclassmen on field 2. We're gonna, once we go through about half of those young guys, they're gonna come over and merge. And what we'll do is we'll try to pick out winners for each class year, announce them, and introduce to the people watching at home who's who.
Absolutely. You know, Bill, it's not just these, high schoolers that are here. There's younger guys that get to be a part of different camps and things as well. Kicking World helping out even younger students as well. We talk about a first ever 8th grader, Daniel Jackson from the state of Minnesota. He was wowing Coach Brent, Blake, and Patrick in Minneapolis this summer after he won the younger group field goal competition. That young man, Bill, in 8th grade, a 50-yard field goal. You know that his future's bright.
Oh, yeah. And he's here, and he's getting good competition. And these older guys are going to push him a little bit for him to get better and better. Again, the competition real quick, Coach, as far as it's hang time plus distance?
Yeah, same as the kickoffs. I'm not quite sure, to be frank, on what the criteria is right now, but on the next round, we'll be sure to share that. We're just trying to go through the first few rounds and then slim it down, and then we could focus on 2 groups and get it more accurate.
Coach Brent has joined us again.
So we had 5 of the younger group, we call it, which is the underclassmen that made it to the 3rd round on the side field, but they got eliminated, and we want to try to give them a chance to at least get a kick on the live. You know, a lot of parents are watching and stuff. So these 5 guys over here, Jackson, Alamang, etc. There's 5 of them. They're just going to get 5 kicks, but these don't actually count over here.
Jackson is the young guy that we were talking about, right? He's the 8th grader, Daniel. Tell us about him.
So we first met him at our June 2-day camp. Actually, me, Blake, and Patrick, the three coaches here, we were running that event, and he hit a 50-yarder to win the younger group, which is, I think it was 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. He beat out some sophomores, and he's got a huge leg. He's the first ever 8th grader to be invited to this.
I wonder if his high school coach is tempted to bring him up, right?
No, I think as a freshman he should be the starting kicker is what I'm hearing. So that's impressive. I don't think they can as a middle school, really, but yeah, it's incredible.
That's great. So we're getting a chance to see Daniel Jackson here, and we're talking about the value of combination guys. You're talking about kickers and punters, and right now at the collegiate level in Division I, do you see coaches that are maybe reluctant to give a scholarship to just a kicker, but it's more valuable if you can do both?
Look at that, Daniel punt. Wow. Oh, and who's that? Wow.
As we speak, right?
And that was Jalen again, Jalen Dickerson from Colorado. And yeah, so to answer the question, yes, they if someone could have the two tools or in their arsenal, they're more prone to offer that scholarship. But if it's just one, why would they be less prone to do it? Well, it's an extra roster spot, just as simple as that. So yeah, that's a good observation for people at home.
Yeah.
There go DR.
And now it's the kick competition. And Rob, this is probably the icing on the cake, because a lot of fans like to watch kicks.
Oh, yeah, and it's definitely going to be my favorite event of the day. In fact, I might even head back down there on the field with a camera just to have a little more fun with the field, because this is probably the most competitive, in my opinion, field goal competition out of the three that we do today. And I really think that it sets up a really cool elimination style where you might have to deal with distance and accuracy being the two deciding factors as to who finally comes through. And
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Okay, so this is a little different. So it's a double elimination. What that means is from where they kick, they keep going to the next kick in the cycle, even if they have one miss in the queue. But if they get a second miss, as long as it's not like the last few kicks to determine a winner, then they're eliminated. Now, sometimes what will happen if we go back to 55, 60, 65 yards, we might have just like 3 left. So sort of like that best ball concept on kickoff punt. What we might have to do is, okay, well, they technically 2 misses, but we do a third kick, and then we may even do a fourth. Hopefully not, but because their legs are getting tired by now. But yeah, so it's double limb, and then whoever finishes class year, they would win for their class, and then we would have an overall, just like we did for kickoff and punt.
Back it up a little bit now.
So what, back to the 35, so now 45-yard field goals coming up.
Okay, so, and again, it is double elimination. I was wrong earlier. I thought they'd changed to single elimination with the way those guys were drilling the ball, but they're trying to go in a more rapid-fire pace here. So Davalos, I believe, will be first, and then we'll see Daniel Jackson, the 8th grader, the only 8th grader that's here. So, and the coach is reminding all the players here to space out and make sure that social distancing is practiced. So here's Jackson from the middle of the field. Daniel Jackson, the 8th grader from Minnesota, with a very strong leg. He's got the distance, and it is good. What an impressive young guy he is. So now the coach will let the participants know where we're going to move the ball now. It looks like it's going to move back to the 40. Right, Rob? The 40-yard line.
Yeah, back at the 40. So now kicking 50-yarders here. Yeah, and Bill, I think to start this next setback here as we move back, kicking them from 50 now, we'll see Daniel Jackson, I believe, starting here, the 8th grader.
Yes.
How neat is that?
I was kidding with the coach about Daniel Jackson. If he could have probably kicked on the varsity high school team this year, and he'll more than likely be the starting kicker his freshman year. The guy's very serious about his kicking. We saw him drill punts and kickoffs earlier, and now he's advancing in the high school competition as an 8th grader. And as Rob mentioned, Daniel Jackson, the very impressive 8th grader from Minnesota, will be up first. They go with the underclassmen first, and then they move up to the seniors. Daniel Jackson from Zion Lutheran High School, or Zion Lutheran School, will go to high school next year. He's an 8th grader. High school class of 2025. He's ready to go. Coach is telling the competitors to line up in terms of their class. So obviously Daniel Jackson's an 8th grader, so he'll go first. And then freshman Daniel Jackson gets his foot into it, and he just drilled the 50-yarder. Wow.
Wow, that is amazing. And Bill, I know we keep talking about it, but in 8th grade, think about the years to come for that young man.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of growing to do. You know, he's still very young, as you mentioned. So. And now it will be a 55-yarder. Young guys go first. So that means your favorite kicker out here, Rob, Daniel Jackson, will be the first one to go, the 8th grader.
Yeah, it's been really entertaining watching this young man and just seeing the power behind his legs. So we'll see if he can hammer this one home here. Where are we at, Bill, again? From 60 now?
55.
55 is where they've got it marked.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, yep, there we go.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so we got 3, 6, 9, 11 underclassmen. Daniel, stand up here for a quick second. Let's get him over here. So Daniel had a great showing at our June 2020 Minneapolis camp. He made a lot of buddies with some of the guys here today, and he's only in 8th grade. Turn around, show him your jersey and stuff. He came out all the way from Minneapolis area, Minnesota, so he's going to be a future, rising star, if you will. He's already on the Kicking World Hot Prospect list, and he's hanging with quite a few sophomores this weekend. So really exciting to see. He's going to be someone to look at by the time he's junior. He might turn into, Robert Gunn, Will Stone type of a level kicker. So great job.
Daniel Jackson, the 8th grader, is right in the middle of this group, wearing number 1. And he's trying to line up. Again, these are 55-yard attempts. Let's see how the 8th grader does from 55 yards out. He got his foot into it, but this one's going to be a little bit short.
Okay, honorable mention for 23, 24, 25. We don't need much build-up. We talked about him a lot this weekend. So from Minnesota, 8th grader, first ever invited 8th grader, Daniel Jackson. He made it to 55 yards. Good job, Daniel.